Hello everyone, it's November 5th, 2022, time's about 13:15 CDT, last day of daylight saving time, and this is Geo-Rant number 187. I'm just going to take you real quick on a general tour of the equipment I use. I'm not going to go over everything, there's so much here, but just a little one here. I'm studying the Frida sandstone right now, so here's the actual samples. Here's me busting them up with a mortar and pestle. This is the one I use if cross-contamination is not an issue, and here it's not. You may be like, well, there's some staining on it. Yeah, but the scales I use are 0.01 grams of accuracy. There isn't 0.01 grams of dust in here, so it doesn't matter. Cross-contamination is not an issue when just doing grain size. I use Wentworth. This sieve is a little different. It's brass. It's 18. It's a little bit bigger than these. This set did not come with this, so I had to buy this separately. If cross-contamination of samples is an issue, I use this metal mortar and pestle. I use this one. Now you see I have plastic beakers and things like that here. I do not use those for density. I do have some glass ones. I use that. I use these mostly for, well, tears and stuff that where I need, where if I'm off 10, 20, 30 milliliters, it's not the end of the world. You know, stuff like that. There's Alkanox there. Actually, those are used mostly for this, for breaking up finer particles. Now the Frida, I pretty much just have to mechanically break up, and I dry sieve everything. I don't wet sieve it. There is some finer stuff here. I'm going to put that in a bath to help break up those finer particles. Those will have to wait to be run. And let's see what else we have here. Here we have calculation sheet, field notebooks. Oh, this is a scratch test kit. Concrete scratch test will do you just fine. Look, almost exactly the same. This is a mineral one, but they're the same bloody thing. Now this one, you have a little magnet here. This I just use if it sticks on something at all. I get a bigger magnet out. You have your brass, your glass for streak testing, for calibration, if you will. You have a couple streak plates. I actually had some made for me years ago. A couple were over here, up there somewhere, the rest of them. Now these, as you can see, they're made of different things. That one's copper and plastic. I don't think I've ever used the number 2. There's no number 1. There's also no number 10, but the rest are just look steel, but they are made of different metals. And like I said, that's probably one of the most expensive things I have in here. This was over $100, I think. Oh, I have an industrial scale too. That was over that. Let's see, these I use for my notebooks. However, I just designed a notebook. If that works out in a more practical sense, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all those books I bought. And just to show you guys I'm not infallible, one of the samples had a lot of calcite in it. I could tell that from magnification. By the way, it's really windy out today, so you might hear that. And so I've decided, well, I can't really mechanically bust that up. So what I need to do is I need to break the sample apart the best I can. And fortunately, calcite matrix can be gotten rid of with HCl. Now this is just for testing a rock to see if it's reactive. I actually have muriatic acid down there that I can dilute if need be. And well, you dissolve away the calcite and then you dry it out and you do your sieve that way. I've already done that one. But I'm not infallible. Fortunately, I had a lot of sample. This one here, I put it in, this is a no-stick pan. It's an old one. I haven't used it in years. And it's the first time I wasn't ever used it to put acid in. I wasn't thinking. Completely wasn't thinking. And it ate through the pan. But I dumped it, had enough sample to do it again, dried it out. As I said, that one's already been done. You want to use, these work fine. You can use these, or you can use glass. Don't use plastic. Okay. Don't use anything that easily will be eaten by HCl. Those aluminum pans work just fine. Let's see some Huper lights over there with this. I gotta find a home for that. That's that chunk of none such. Oh, long wave UV lamps. This is right at the UV visible line, 400 nanometers. It's just basically used to hunt for stuff. This is the 365. This is what I actually use for testing. I do have an industrial one from the 60s. It has to be one of the first ones ever made. There it is, long wave and short wave. Unfortunately, I have to plug it in and I can't take it anywhere, and any battery operated ones are a fortune. These are where I keep my samples. Once they're done, I bag them, tag them. I mean, these are just holding bags. This is Iron Mountain. But I do this, something like this. That's a sample designation. Then I'll put them in these boxes for permanent storage. And there have been a couple times I have gone back in there again. So I think that's it for right now. I don't think I want to talk about anything else. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I just took you on that little quick tour.